Hello, this is Kevin Scanlon with All City Real Estate. I have a situation that occurred last week with an agent of mine, an All City agent, and it's something that I've seen multiple times in my career as a broker manager at other firms and also as the broker and owner of All City Real Estate, and it concerns compensation for a buyer's agent that is listed in your local MLS. Now, what you need to understand about this compensation is that by virtue of the buyer's agent and the broker of the buyer's agent membership in that MLS, combined with the membership of the listing agent and his or her broker in that MLS, that constitutes an agreement between those two brokers and obviously their agents that the compensation listed in that MLS listing is basically set in stone. This is not an item that is up for negotiation. There is an agreement in place. And in fact, if you look in the Code of Ethics, Article 16-16 of the Code of Ethics states the following: buyers or tenants' agents shall not use the terms of an offer to purchase or lease to attempt to modify the listing broker's offer of compensation to that buyer's agent. In other words, you can't say, hey, I'm bringing you this great offer, and I know it says 3% in the MLS, but because we're coming in 10 grand over list or whatever the case may be, I want 4% for my time, and my buyers are on board with this. Can't do it. That's a Code of Ethics violation. However, there are some nuances here that make this a very interesting topic. Neither can the buyer's agent, in a multiple offer situation, try to make their offer more appealing to the seller, to the listing agent, and to their seller by saying, you know what, we're coming in 20 grand over list, but your seller's going to net even more because we are going to take only 2% buyer's agent commission. So there's another X number of dollars, whatever that 1% of the sale price represents, that your seller is going to net. Even though that doesn't harm anyone, buyers are okay with it, buyer's agent is okay with it, obviously the seller and the agent would be okay with it. Technically, even though that's not what the spirit of Article 16-16 is addressing, technically that's a violation as well. So the big takeaway is that whatever the commission for that buyer's agent is that is listed in the MLS, that amount is basically set in stone unless the buyer's agent's broker and the listing agent's broker have a written, signed, executed agreement stating that they agree to alter that amount. Now, several times in my career, I have helped agents with situations where there was a bank-owned property, a foreclosure, or a short sale, where an offer came in and maybe that offer was low. One case in particular, it was a low offer. The buyer's agent brought it. The agent whom I represented was the listing agent, and that buyer's agent came in with a low offer for their client. The loss mitigator for the bank said, yeah, we'll take that offer, but you, the listing agent, and that buyer's agent need to agree that instead of taking 3% each, you'll only take 2% each. Well, this was a pretty high dollar deal. The listing agent was okay with it. The buyer's agent was okay with it. There were multiple emails, back and forth, texts, a trail of agreements between the buyer's agent and the listing agent that said, yes, indeed, it is agreed upon that that buyer's agent commission will only be 2% instead of 3%. Well, guess what? The broker waited until the day after that transaction closed, filed a complaint with the local board of realtors saying that I, the broker, did not give permission for that. And when that went to the ethics committee for that local board, they found that even though there was a trail of agreement between buyer's agent and listing agent in the form of texts, there were multiple phone calls, and there was an email trail that said, yes, I'll take 2% instead of 3% to make the deal work, the board ruled in favor of that buyer's broker because that MLS agreement is pretty much set in stone unless there is that written, executed, signed agreement between brokers saying we will alter this. So really, the moral of this story is you really have to be careful when it comes to commissions that are listed on an MLS listing, because that is, by virtue of membership in that association, an agreement between brokers for that compensation. So, as you probably know, we're big believers at All City Real Estate in a collaborative agent world where knowledge and information can cross over broker boundaries. And to that end, I wanted you to be able to hear this today so that you can understand that you really need to go talk to your broker if any wrinkles, if any nuances like this come up, because it is a slippery slope and you can get burned in the end. So I wish you the best of luck with your year. Make it a productive one. As always, if you ever have any questions, contact your broker. But if you have problems and you want to contact me, I'm here to help. My number is 512-775-3846. And I wish you the best of luck. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.